Hi guys, Ready Set RC. Today we are unboxing the Arrma Mojave 1/7 scale 6S BLX. This is a brushless desert truck ready to run, brand new by Arrma. This comes with the Spectrum STX2 controller, the waterproof 15 kilogram servo, the BLX 185 ESC, which is also waterproof, and the 2050 brushless KV motor. What you will need to complete this kit is the 4 batteries for the controller, LiPo batteries to run this truck, and a charger for those LiPo batteries. To date, this is one of the most scale, and I'll use that very loosely, like kit that Arrma has come out with. It has drivers in the shell, a roll cage, multi-matte finish body, decals throughout, detailed rear and a front bumper, and as we know for Arrma, these heavy-duty shocks and split spoke wheels. What also comes in this kit is the servo saver, ball ends, 4 bolts to connect your center diff, a quick release for your motor, with a heavy-duty construction throughout. But that's it, guys. Let's open up the box and let's see what this truck really looks like. So here we are with the Arrma 1/7 scale Mojave 6S BLX desert truck out of the box. This thing looks amazing. Gotta say, pictures, video, nothing does anything for how well this body looks. You get the STX2 controller. It also comes with a bind plug, so you can also bind this up to your receiver if they ever become unbound. Arrma's lovely set of stickers. You get the Mojave instructional manual for this as well. Warranty information, shock pistons. You get some hex tools and some wrenches. You get the optional 20-tooth high-speed pinion for this, and this is mainly for short burst speed runs. It clearly states on the instructions that it is not meant for start and stop driving or for driving on grass. This is strictly for hard surfaces, just doing speed runs on it. And you get a performance card basically telling you what speeds to expect from the particular gearing that you do on this truck. But here we are with the Arrma Mojave 1/7 scale. This thing is just amazing. And I put a little bit of detail on here just to let you guys know that, typically the tires do not come with this white markings on here. I just felt like putting my own touch to them. They will rub off on the first run. I've done this to my UDR also as well, and it does rub off. You just have to reapply them if you want. But I thought it would be a nice touch to put on this truck. Just kind of makes it pop just a little bit there. So this kit is the red, blue, and gray edition. You guys can see that for the video here. Hopefully that blue is coming up on the front. One of the things I did not know prior to ordering this, that had this masking and this look to it, because it's somewhat of a matte and then a gloss finish to it, which really just makes it look amazing, guys. If you guys have not seen this truck in person, please go down to your local hobby shops, check it out. It just looks amazing. The body is fastened down with body pins, and you can see that here, that it has the same tethering that you would normally see on all Arrma trucks at this point. It has a separate cage structure inside, and once I take the body off, I'll show you that too. And it has another Lexan piece for the inner part for the driver. So this is a 2-part Lexan on this truck. Skids on the top, and on the rear it's just the Lexan body. The body is also affixed with Velcro on the sides, and I just want to show you guys what you're looking at from underneath. So as I said, you have the cage that supports the roofing of the truck. And what you'll see here is a foam piece that also gives just a little bit more support for this truck. I mean, just everything is just done nicely on this. As I was talking about before, you have the Velcro here for the sides. This body just feels well made. It's a nice thick Lexan. It just feels right, guys. It feels really nice in the hand. I want to see how the tires perform because I know on my 1/10 scale that it starts to rub out on the insides here when the tires start to balloon a little bit, but I'll see how this one performs, and if we need to, maybe just preventatively, I'll put a little bit of Gorilla Tape here to kind of protect the body. Outside of that, it's just well made. It just feels good and feels a good weight to it when you have it in your hands. But this is what we all came here to see, guys, is the inner workings of this truck and how plush, I must say. Gotta say that this one thing, I've never had an issue with how the shocks have been set up on my Arrmas, but this has to be the smoothest setup of all the Arrma kits I own to date. This really does feel mostly like how the low-C kits are set up. They just feel butter smooth. It's just a real soft, plush suspension. It just feels good, guys. It just feels good all around. We have a plastic bumper in the front, and it is also fixated with a little piece of rubber on the bottom of that. That has the support, that has the bumper supports also in the front, and it has a lot of rigidity there, guys. It's definitely going to be able to take a pounding. And then you have the shocks on here, guys, and these shocks, they have a metal cap, they're aluminum threaded shock. We also have a metal shock tower going on over here as well. Metal chassis plate, typical on the larger Arrmas at this point. We have a composite chassis brace coming down here on the front, and also a tower to tower brace going throughout the truck. Going towards the rear, we have another composite chassis brace, metal dog bone drive shaft coming off, going to the center differential, with another dog bone coming off the rear of the center differential, going to the rear differential on this truck. On the front, we have a CVD-like drive, dog bones in the rear. The tires are a D-Boot Fortress multi-terrain tire, and I'd say there's about, it's a decent compound that are on here. They definitely feel, yeah, they may flex a little bit, but they feel very firm in the sense that it's going to give you some good traction out there. But let's see how it performs when we take it out for its first run. These wheels are 17mm hex that's on it. Interior wise, we have the mud guards over here on the side. The Nerf bars are on here with the piece of Velcro to affix to the body. Just well made. The battery compartment is what we expect from Arrma. It's multi-adjustable with the Velcro straps going on here at the top. Dual IC5 connectors going on this truck. This truck is 6S capable. Gearing on this truck, so you guys are fully aware, is Mod 1 gearing throughout on this. The standard pinion that you're getting on this motor is a 16-tooth pinion with a 50-tooth spur gear. Regards to the diff oil that we have on this truck, we have 10,000 in the front, 100,000 in the center, and another 10,000 in the rear. The overall length of this truck is 28.15 inches or 715 millimeters. The overall width of this truck is 13.98 inches or 355 millimeters. The height with the body on here is 10.59 inches or 269 millimeters. The wheelbase on this truck comes in at 16.54 inches or 420 millimeters. And the total weight of this truck, guys, this thing's got some girth, is 11 pounds, 14 ounces. Unlike the other offerings that I'm going to show you comparing them to this truck, this is an independent front and rear suspension vehicle. Let's get some of the other vehicles in our collection and compare the sizes. So here we are, guys, just to get a quick size comparisons. We got the Traxxas UDR here with the Arrma Mojave over here. They don't quite state the size, but it's roughly about 1/7 scale. And you guys can see it matches up pretty well with the Arrma Mojave. It's definitely a more narrow truck, you guys can see here. And I'll put the two trucks on top of each other so you guys can get a better idea of what it looks like. This is a trophy truck. This has a IFS or independent front suspension with a solid rear axle. So here we are, guys, with the Arrma Mojave, Traxxas UDR underneath. You can see ever so slightly, I don't know if the camera's even picking that up, about the slight width difference between the two vehicles. But it is a slight width difference between them. I just don't know if the camera's picking that up, if you can see it, but it is definitely, the Mojave is slightly wider than the Traxxas UDR. Wheelbase wise, it's so close. And I don't know if the camera's picking this up correctly. It's once again, the wheelbase is slightly longer on the Arrma Mojave, very slight, not that much. If I had to say something, I don't know, maybe a quarter of an inch, maybe that, but you can see ever so slightly that the Arrma Mojave is a slightly longer wheelbase between the two trucks. What we have here is my Arrma Sentin 4x4. This is the Mega Edition. I converted this over to brushless. This is 1/10 scale. As we already spoke about this earlier, this is a 1/7 scale truck. You can clearly see the size difference between 1/10 scale, 1/7 scale. I'm going to put the two trucks on top of each other, but you're going to see there is a clear difference between them. The one thing that I thought was very strange on this, and you know, I'm a numbers guy, so for me it comes off when I see things in numbers and how numbers come about. But I thought it was a little odd that you have the 1/10 scale and you take the sum of the numbers that are on here, the 6 and a 1, and you get 7. Then you take the sum of the numbers on the Arrma Mojave, 9 and 1, you get 10. Thought it was a little odd, 10, 7. Thought it was a little odd that the two vehicles were doing that. Just a numbers guy, just a little weird quirk that I figured I'd let you guys know too as well. Hopefully somebody else picked that up and saw that as well. But you guys can clearly see the width difference between a 1/10 scale truck and a 1/7 scale truck. Here we are again, 1/10 scale, 1/7 scale. You guys can see the amount of size difference between the two trucks. It's just, this is a really big truck. Here we are guys, last comparisons. We have the Losi SBR Super Baja Ray. Once again, the 1/7 scale Arrma Mojave. Massive. This, so that you guys are fully aware, once again, this is a trophy truck, short course truck. Independent front suspension, solid rear axle, independent front and rear suspension on this truck. 1/6 scale, 1/7 scale. You guys can clearly see the width difference between the 1/7 scale versus the 1/6 scale. No need to even, just like the 1/10 scale, no need to hold this on too long. You guys can see the difference between the two trucks. Arrma Mojave, 1/7 scale. Losi SBR, 1/6 scale. It's just massive. The size difference is just massive. There's such a huge size difference between the two trucks. But that's it guys, we've done the unboxing, the quick overview of this truck, size comparisons to the Traxxas UDR, Arrma Sentin 4x4 Mega, and lastly, the Losi Super Baja Ray, just so you guys can see the differences in sizes amongst some other vehicles out there. But please like, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram for our latest posts to the channel. This is Ready Set RC signing out. Thanks again, guys.